So, when you see the thing that we made, when you go into virtual reality and you watch the first Oscillations performance, you might wonder, why these particular forms of movement arts? Why did we bring these particular artists together for this project? Well, I think the artists that we selected and the movement art forms that they represent offer a peek into the cross-cultural collaborations that are happening right now. The circus arts make a big appearance in this piece. That's the world that I come from. I spent about 5 or 6 years training to become a circus artist and a competitive aerialist. Joris and Elena were kind of a circus experiment, maybe a circus first.
My name is Elena Brocade. I'm from Los Angeles originally, but I began my circus career 15 years ago here in Chicago.
My name is Joris. I live in Belgium, but I'm from France. Voilà, it's like this. I live in Brussels. I do circus art, dance.
The Spanish web is basically a rope that hangs from the ceiling. It's got a loop at the top, and you wrap yourself up, you tumble down. But what's really interesting about it is that you have another person at the bottom called the setter, and they're holding onto the rope and they're spinning it. It creates this beautiful effect for the aerialist. Now, Elena and I wanted to know what it would be like if the setter wasn't just this element that you're supposed to forget. What if the setter was also dancing? What if they were doing this kind of floor work and acrobatics that's more common to Joris's routines? And what if we mixed even a little bit of capoeira in there, contemporary dance? And that's where the circus piece evolved. And we nailed it. Joris and Elena were absolutely incredible in terms of how quickly they put it together, how quickly they took this concept, ran with it, perfected it.
J'étais un petit peu frustré parce que je devais garder cette rotation, je devais garder à la faire tourner tout le temps. En même temps, on m'avait demandé qu'il fallait que je bouge. Donc je savais pas trop comment garder cette rotation et bouger en même temps. À chaque fois que j'essayais de bouger, ça cassait le truc, ça marchait pas. Donc finalement on a réussi un peu à limiter et à trouver les mouvements qui vont dans cette rotation. Donc il faut aussi que je tourne dans le même sens qu'elle en changeant les mains, etc. etc. C'est qu'une histoire de feeling en fait, il faut juste sentir, il faut toujours que je sois connecté avec elle. Et là maintenant on est connecté et ça marche.
The 3 or 4 days going before it, then I was like really like contemplating, like, am I being crazy? Have I like said I could create this thing that really isn't possible? And then I'd have to remind myself, no, you understand how this works, you know how your body works, it'll work. And then I would again backtrack and be like, oh, maybe it's not gonna work. But it does. Yeah. What it was is that I didn't have somebody to do it, and Brendan basically facilitated. He like went back and forth with me over the idea and has been so supportive about it, and then has facilitated this opportunity to work with people who are capable of like just doing it and trying new things, and that's pretty awesome.
It started to look like at first maybe this wasn't going to work out, but after about a week they really got into a rhythm and they hammered it out in a couple of days, and the results are astonishing.